खुदा में रज़वी हो।
Alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah. By the grace of Allah and the mercy of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we are in the month of Rabiul Nur Sharif, the month of the Mawlud of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wherein we are celebrating and commemorating the blessed arrival of our Master Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, who is the soul of the entire universe and the soul of our lives and the soul of our souls, without whom nothing will exist and nothing can exist. For Allah has made him the wasila and the means for the entire creation. And Rasul Akram Sahib al-Ulad Hazrat Ahmad Mustafa Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam is the greatest and the most exalted and the most noble in Allah's creation. And Allah Almighty put Nabi Akram Nur Mujassam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and placed Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Alam al-Dunya, so that the people may be guided towards him, so that they may be guided towards Almighty Allah. And hence the gateway to the court of Allah is Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that is why Allah put him here, so that he may be the door to the court of Allah. And that is why our Imam Ahl Sunnat Ala Hazrat Ashah Imam Ahmad Raza Khan Qadi al-Bareilly radiallahu anhu said, Bakhuda Khuda ka yahi hai, that indeed by Allah this is the gateway to the court of Allah. That if you will and if you wish to be accepted in the court of Allah, then that acceptance is through the qadam-e-naz of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. If we want to be successful here and in the hereafter, there is no other way except becoming the slaves of the court of Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Rasul Akram Nur Mujassam sallallahu alayhi wa sallam's arrival in this dunya marked a new page in the history of the universe. It marked a new page in the history of the universe, when people buried their daughters alive, when people disrespected their wives, when people killed each other for no reason. Rasul Pak Sayyidul Alameen Rahmatul Lil Alameen sallallahu alayhi wasallam came into this dunya, and he thought that this is not the person that you bury alive, for this is that woman under whose feet Allah has put Jannah. He showed the maqam and the fazilat of the woman, Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Today those that speak about freedom for women, the freedom came when Allah's Nabi came in this dunya. It came when Allah's Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam came in this dunya, brought you out from the depths of the zameen and put Jannat under your feet by the hukum of Almighty Allah. This is the barakat, the izzat of the woman today is the barakat of the Mawlud of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Everything that we have today is the sadaqah of the milad of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wasallam sahaba kiram, the beloved companions of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, were the most and are the most fortunate people. The noble family and the noble companions of the beloved Rasul, they are the most fortunate people. Today we talk about the beloved Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and we definitely rely on the authentic sources to understand his life, to understand the life of the beloved Nabi, to understand how my Nabi walked, to understand how my Nabi talked sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to understand the beauty of the fragrance of the pasina mubarak of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, to understand the beauty of the mubarak eyes of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. We rely on the authentic sources to understand them. But subhanallah, Qurban Jai upon those beloveds of Allah, that when they wanted to know how the eyes and the eyebrows of Rasul Pak were, then they raised their eyes and they saw the eyes of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When they wanted to know how beautiful he was, they raised their eyes and they looked at that Mubarak face and they said, Mere mahboob aankhon ke tare, kis jagah tera jalwa nahi hai, yu to dekhe hasi mere laakhon koi tum sa bhi dekha nahi hai. They said that we have never seen anybody like you. Why? Because they saw in front of their eyes that Mubarak face of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I said, when I was in Europe now, and thereafter when I went to Madinatul Munawwara, before I came, alhamdulillah, I passed all your salam in the court of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I said, all those who are the Sunni Sahihul Aqidah Muslims and those in the Muslims of our masjid, Ya Rasulullah, they have given salam to you. So I have done this in the court of Rasulullah before coming, and even there, when we had some discussions, I said very clearly that people have misunderstood. They want to say to you, don't make mawlud, don't make mawlud. The Sahaba Ikram did this didn't do this. Ya Allah, do you not understand that what is the meaning of celebrating the mawlud? It is meaning celebrating the personality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is when you make mawlud, what do? You do zikr Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if you want to stop this, then this happened in the heights of the heavens when the Rabb said to those that were present and took the oath from them about the coming of the beloved Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alaihi wasallam. And this happened when the beloved Rasul came in the dunya, when his beloved mother said that from my body emanated a light when the Nabi was born. His aunt said that we were able to see the huge palaces of Syria on the birth of Rasul Pak. What were they doing? They were making the zikr of the mawlud of Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Yet you're saying don't make it? In every zamana this was done. The companions remember the Rasul Pak sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Rasul Akram sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, day and night. Day and night they remembered. What is this remembrance? What is mawlud? Mawlud is zikr Mustafa. It is remembering the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even when you read at-tahiyyat and you remember the Nabi, you are making mawlud. Everywhere that you remember the Nabi, when you're giving azan and you say ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah, that is mawlud. You are remembering the birth of the beloved Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because wo jo na the to kuch na tha. Subhanallah. Wo jo na the to kuch na tha, wo jo na ho to kuch na ho. Jaan hai wo jahan ki, jaan hai to jahan hai. We are the humble slaves of the court of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We should live our lives for the pleasure of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If you want, and I want Allah to be pleased with us, how will you get this pleasure? You say, Allah will be pleased with me because of my namaz, because of my roza, because of my zakat, because of my hajj. We make dua that Allah accepts this and is pleased because of that. But there is no guarantee that every one of your salah is kabul. There is no guarantee that every one of your roza is kabul. There is no guarantee that all the money you gave is kabul, because we don't know how we did it. But there is guarantee that Rasul Pak is kabul in the court of Almighty Allah. There is guarantee that there is none more accepted in the court of Allah than Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So which is the biggest wasila for us? Which is the biggest means and the most accepted means? Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I can't figure out how people can remember their children's birthdays and their wives' anniversaries, and they find it difficult to celebrate the mawlud of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is a height of hypocrisy. May not like what I say, but it's going to be said. It is the height of hypocrisy when we speak about the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You have people speaking about the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and are willing to slander and mock the companions of the beloved Rasul. This is not celebrating the Nabi. If you celebrate the Nabi, you will celebrate the Sahaba. You will celebrate Ahlul Bayt. You will celebrate Abu Bakr, Umar, Osman, Ali radiallahu anhu. And you will celebrate Amir Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. You will celebrate all the companions of the beloved Rasul. And while I'm on this topic today, I'm not going to delve into it very quickly while I'm on this topic. And again I'm saying, if the cap fits you, wear it. I've been out for almost 1 month. I think I stayed 3 days in the last 1 month in the country. And over the last few weeks, a whole lot of people have been sending me a message. I'm not on social media, I'm not on Instagram, I'm not on Facebook, etc., etc. So they've been sending on my phone. Maulana, what's your stance on Fuzail? What's your stance? Now I'm going to tell you my stance. It's the same stance that I had last week and the week before that and the week before that in Jummah. My stance, I'm saying because people have asked me. You see, you cannot go into a closed room and sit with somebody who refers to the Sahaba Ikram and charges them with racism. A man who charges the Sahaba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam with racism and refers to the statements of the Sahaba as problematic, and says that the Nabi said to the Sahaba, get out. And then say we sat in, and we have proof for this. And then say that we sat in a closed room, chai or samosa piya hoga, or biscuit or tea khaya hoga. And then say everything is sorted out now, don't worry, we have cleared this, he's agreeing this, he's agreeing. Wo apne zuban se bole. He must say with his mouth, I made tawbah from slandering the Sahaba, from attributing racism towards them. from saying that their words were problematic, from trying to print in the mind of the people and put in the mind of the people that was the Rafis and the Shias are doing. It is not acceptable. And no matter anybody says what, the stance of those who follow Huzur Taj Sharia, and those who follow Huzur Muhaddis Kabir, and those who follow the Mashaykh in the real sense, is like he was yesterday, he's today. He's Gumrah. He's misled and he's misleading the people. That is only one recording of his, where he said that more than 30 to 40 statements. One recording. There are so many other recordings where he slandered other great Al-Qaadiri. We have said things against other Sahaba of Rasulullah Pak Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then after that, Imam Abu Hanifa and everybody else. And then after that, you know what he says? No, don't read too much into what I'm saying. Why did you start that topic? Why did you start that discussion? Why did you try to plant the seed of enmity about the Sahaba in the minds of the people? Sharam nahi aati. The same thing that was done with Rafiq Shah. Swore the Sahaba Ikram for more than an hour. And then closed door and the public don't need to worry, we sorted it out. ऐसा sort out नहीं होता. Kul haatu burhanukum in kuntum sadiqin. Bring the proof to the table. And everybody got anything to say further. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, Imam Mustafa Razali said, challenge from the Fakir. Come, tomorrow 11 o'clock, Imam Mustafa Razali said that. Can't come tomorrow, come Monday 11 o'clock. I'm saying 11 because Hause Pak ki 11 ki barakat hai. This thing is not just going to be put under the carpet. The minds have been indoctrinated. The minds of the people are being poisoned against the Sahaba of Rasulullah. And this is not only happening in South Africa, it's happening throughout the world at the moment. There is a lobby that is doing this, that have become the agents of the Rafis. And this will be not accepted. Ye nahi mana jayega. If we say that we want to celebrate our Nabi's Mawlud, then celebrate it with celebrating Abu Bakr Siddiq. No use saying that he agrees that Abu Bakr is the first Khalifa, Umar is second, third is Osman, fourth is Ali radiallahu anhum. Ye kafi nahi hai. First you have to, I said before, we need to stop. I said at the time of Rafiq, you need to stop leaving the dog in the well and taking out the water and saying the well is clean. Now I'm saying you need to stop leaving the rat inside the well. And taking out the water and saying all is good. Usme phat gaya, khatam ho gaya, sar gaya. And then take it out and say everything is fine. No, it doesn't work like that. And I'm saying this because I've been asked time and over again in the last few weeks, what is your stance? I'm telling you my stance. Maulana, you become too emotional about it. It has to do with the Sahaba of my Nabi. It has to do with those because of whom we have Kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. It is because of those that today we are standing and celebrating our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's Mawlud. So the statement is clear. Spread it if you want as much as you want. It's an open mimbar. Fuzail is Gumrah. And these clarifications of anybody will not count till there is tawbah and there is retraction and ruju. Clearly. Why want to sit with some and don't want to sit with some to clarify? Kya wajah hai iska? Tomorrow on the day of Qiyamah, everybody is going to be answerable. Itna yaad rakhna, mar ke qabr mein jana hoga. Going to die and go in the court of Allah. Going to answer for all these things. Allahu Akbar. Our Nabi Sahaba, those Sahaba Ikram that carried the beloved Nabi in his Mubarak hands and using words like this for them, and then just want to sit in the room and say, no, clarified, all sorted out. Aisa nahi chalega. Jab bakne waqt aaya, when the time came to slander, then you used your own mouth. And now when the time comes for so-called clarification, others must do. Tumhari muh kahan gayi? Where is your zuban? The same zuban which you slandered the Sahaba Ikram. Himmat ho to boliye. Allah protect us. Protect our iman. Some may not like what we say and don't like what I say. I don't care. I don't care. The time has come for us to say what is right. You see, people kept quiet for too long. Look at what happened in Palestine. The Muslim world kept their mouth shut and they're still keeping it shut. Look at what's happening in Palestine. More than 15,000 of our children are being killed. Look at the corners of the world what is happening. The reason for this is because hum khamush rehte hain. We put everything under the carpet. You know why? In the name of unity. In the name of unity. We want peace and unity. The meetings are there so that there's peace and unity. This is not for peace and unity. This is to bring the culprit to the table. This is to bring them to book so that they retract what they say. And no, now you know what Fuzail will be doing? Baith ke khoob, you have opened the, by doing the same thing. Everything is okay. You all don't discuss it. Public don't get involved. Open the members again for Rafiq Shah. Again open for Fuzail. सब दोनों बैठ के हंस रहे हैं. सबके गले में जूते के हार पहना के खुद शेर बन के निकले हैं. Is this what happening or not? कल क़यामत के दिन जवाब देना होगा. I am fulfilling my responsibility on the day of Qiyamah. Don't come and hold my thumb. I am fulfilling my responsibility. It is your duty to fulfill your responsibility. Don't be fooled by all this. Don't be hoodwinked by all this. Follow the way which is the tariqah of the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'at. Follow what Allah Hadrat Azimul Barakat radiallahu taught us. Follow what the great awliya Allah taught us. Go and look at the teachings of Sarkar-e Ghaus-e-Pak. Go and look at the life of Sarkar-e Khaja Gharibul Nawaz. The same fellow's father. Qabr mein to chala gaya. Same one. He said Khaja Gharibul Nawaz's mother, wife was a Shia. In the Shia center jaake takreer ki thi. Sab bhool gaye log. People have forgotten all this. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sharm aana chahiye. We should be ashamed. We so easily want to just clear people because of whatever reasons. There is a rule and there is a system. And alhamdulillah, before I stand on this mimbar and I make any of these such statements, I first talk to the Akabirin. I first talk to the Akabirin and I get their clarity on that issue and then I talk on this mimbar. Samajh rahe? To fakir ki backup buzurgon se hai aur Akabirin se on this. So as I'm saying, tomorrow 11 o'clock, Imam Mustafa Razari Research Center. If not tomorrow, Monday. If you can't come Monday, give me 1 day notice and come the next day, 11 o'clock, Ghaus-e-Pak's gathering. If anybody else has anything to say on this matter, I've said what I needed to say. Anybody else has anything to say, come there, we'll sit and talk. And Qul hatu burhanakum in kuntum sadiqin. You must remember that what the munafiqs used to do, you know? Do you know what the munafiqs used to do? Do you know how much deception they used? What the Quran says? وَإِذَا لَقُوا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قَالُوا آمَنَّا وَإِذَا خَلَوْا إِلَى شَيَاطِينِهِمْ قَالُوا إِنَّا مَعَكُمْ إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُسْتَهْزِئُونَ. And when they come across the believers, they say, who? The hypocrites. We believe. And when they are with the evil counterparts of the shayateen, in their private, what they say? We are with you. We were just making a joke. We were just ridiculing. Do you know when this happened? I'm going to take 2 minutes of your time. Do you know when this happened? Do you know the shan and nuzul of this ayat? I mentioned it before, I'm reminding you. This verse was revealed regarding the munafiq Abdullah ibn Ubay and the other munafiqeen, the hypocrites. Go and look at Khazainul Irfan. Look at what Sadrul Afadil Allama Nimuddin Muradbadi rahmatullah alayhi wrote. Says one day, these munafiqs saw a group of Sahaba. See who they targeted. Who they targeted. Watch. The munafiqs saw a group of Sahaba, a Jamaat of Sahaba Ikram, coming in their direction. So Ibn Abdullah ibn Ubay went to them. And he said to his buddies before he went, he said to his friends before he went, look at how I will flatter them. Look at how I will flatter them. When these blessed Sahaba Ikram were passing, as they came close, Abdullah ibn Ubay came and he quickly grabbed Hazrat Abu Bakr's hand. What he did? He held Hazrat Abu Bakr's hand, so praising Hazrat Abu Bakr. Then little while he started praising Hazrat Umar and Hazrat Ali radiallahu anh in front. Samne mein tarif. But you want to tell me, let me tell you. Who read through and who was the spokesman for the Sahaba? To prove that these Sahaba are the main ones? Maula Ali. When he held Abu Bakr Siddiq and started talking stories and praising and started telling Hazrat Umar and then praising Ali, Hazrat Ali Murtaza radiallahu anh said, oh Ibn Ubay, Allah said, Daro. Fear Allah and stay away from hypocrisy. Abstain from munafiqat, because the hypocrites are the worst in the creation. This is the qawl of Hazrat Ali radiallahu ta'ala an. When he heard this, he said, whatever I'm doing is not munafiqat, I'm not acting, I'm not joking. By Allah, we are true and we are devoted believers like you. Then, when these blessed personalities went past, he sat with his group and he started laughing and mocking. And saying, see, what I said there, now look what I am saying. Change the tunes, saying something different there, and when caught, say something else. When in front of the pious, say something else. With the enemy, say something else. This is when this ayat of the Quran was revealed. To unveil the hypocrisy of the hypocrites. And you must remember, Hazrat Sadrul Afazil, after he gives the shan and nuzul. I want to end today with this. After Hazrat Sadrul Afazil gives the shan and nuzul, he puts one mas'ala. He puts one law of Sharia. Let me tell you that law. I'm translating. He says from this verse of the Quran, from the Shan-e-Nuzul, from the Hadith Mubarakah related to it, he says from this, it has become evident that to mock, in other words taunt and deride at the Sahaba Kiram and the leaders of the deen, the pure leaders of the deen, is kufr. Sun rahe aap baat? Can you see how far it goes? So you cannot call Sahaba Kiram problematic. You cannot call their statements problematic. You cannot charge them with racism. You cannot say, Ma'adallah, that the Nabi used the word get out. You can't find any other Arabic word to translate the riwayat there. You couldn't find any other word to explain it. Why are you doing that? To show that this is the condition of the Sahaba. If you want to show that Abu Bakr was, in your words, chaste, and Umar and Osman, then Mawla Ali was also in that Jamaat. He was also present there. This is basically of all the companions of Rasulullah Pak. And just sitting in one meeting, and then after, those who went there announcing ki baat sab clear ho gaya, nahi chalega. Nahi chalega. And these are only, today I am only telling you one statement. Okay? If I said you want to know more, come. Door is open. Door is always open. For the sake of the deen of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But we will not be silenced when it comes to the companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, no matter who it is. جاء الحق وزحق الباطل إن الباطل كان زهوقا وما علينا إلا البلاغ من دعاء for all those who are إلا لكنا بشفاء كامل سيئة عاجل. Those that have passed away in Ahad Sunnah, Allah exalt them in Jannat al-Na'im. Those that are going through any parishani and difficulty, they remove them from the parishani and difficulty. Allah have mercy upon the Ahl Sunnah of Palestine and wherever else the Muslims are going through persecution. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower His mercy upon the graves of our parents and all the marhum